So there are very few guarantees in golf. However, what we're going to talk about today is something that you can do to help you nail your iron shots. Now, this is something that I have done with my lessons across the years, and I know a lot of other coaches have done with their pupils as well. And even though it's not like a guarantee, I would say that a huge percentage of golfers that try this will improve their strike, because it's a universal with what most really good ball strikers do. Now, to test myself, I've come to the 17th hole here at St Andrews, the road hole, and I've positioned the pin. Well, I say I've positioned the pin. I would never be so foolish. The greenkeepers embedded into the Foresight software have hidden the pin right behind the road hole bunker. We've got 170 yards. I have an 8-iron here, so you know that I need to strike it well to get near this pin. Oh, and it's just drawing around lovely. If this goes in, shall we just end it? This is a great tip. So firstly, what are the things that all really good ball strikers have in common when hitting irons? Firstly, there is a movement towards the target with the hips. This pushes weight towards the target during the downswing. Then the hands will return ahead of the ball, and post-impact, we will have a line between the shaft, the left arm, and the left side of the body. We won't see aggressive leaning back, and we certainly will not see a flick of the wrists. Also in the downswing, you'll very rarely see good ball strikers make this movement, an early extension, so the hips going towards the ball. This pushes the chest up away from the shot, and it also can cause the club to move inside, and again, that flicking motion through impact. Now, after hearing that, you may be looking at your phone, your laptop, your TV and saying, you know what, that really does sound familiar. That's pretty much what I do. Well, how can we get you away from the flicking at impact and the early extension, both of which can cause that missed strike? And again, even if this is something that you're not sure you do, the drill that we're about to show you can help anyway. So you're going to need something which is about level with your lead hip. Now, I have a chair here from IKEA. Other self-assembly furniture stores are available. But whatever this chair is called, a skallig, a pallig, or any other Swedish word you can think of, this is about the right height for what I need it to be. You can also put an empty golf bag here, just anything which is going to sit about here, around that lead pocket, around that lead hip. Now, the first step of this drill is to take your object, get yourself in a set-up position. I've got an 8-iron here, so the ball is quite central in my stance. I am then going to take the chair, and I'm just going to move it about a hand's width away from my left leg. So you can see here, I have this gap in between my left hip and the top of the chair. So the first part of this drill, we want to be getting those hips moving down towards the target and bumping into this chair, this bag, whatever you have on the lead hip. This will show, and this will give you direct feedback that if your body is moving in the correct manner over to your lead side. Now, in an absolutely ideal world, what you'll want to feel is that you move and you hit the chair before you make impact. Now, obviously, there's a lot of things going on here, and it's happening very quick. So sometimes it can be difficult to tell. If you can set a phone up in front of you, that will allow you to get that feedback a little bit better. But as long as that lead hip makes contact, you'll know that you're shifting in this direction. Now, it is possible to make that shift while still standing up and early extending. So how can we avoid this? The feeling that I'd like to have is if you can get those hips moving this way, absolutely fantastic. This is a movement over to the lead side. If you can then keep your chest and having the feeling that that is on top of the ball, what you'll also do is maintain posture. So you'll have the shift, you'll maintain posture. Now from here, it's almost impossible to early extend, but also because you're covering the ball so well, you should also be able to maintain the angle of the shaft and the lead wrist. So set up, strike and cover, strike and cover. Oh, that might be the best iron shot I've ever hit in my life. Oh. It's not that difficult to hold this, you know. We don't want too big of a gap here between the lead hip and the chair, the bag, whatever you use, because we don't want to instigate a massive slide. This is a bump and impact to ensure that movement. So if you start standing this far away, you're probably going to make things a little bit worse. So just ensure it's that hand's width. And there's nothing wrong starting with a smaller club. There's nothing wrong with taking slower swings to begin with, just so you get that feeling. Oh, man. Covered it really well there. Pulled it. It's fine, it's an easy up and down from there. So I mentioned how this is a good drill even if you don't feel like you're flicking and early extending, and the reason for that is because it replicates those key points. Maintaining posture by having that chest over the ball and allowing the weight to shift forward by knocking into this obstruction on the lead side. And as mentioned, if you can combine those two things together, you go from here to here. I meant it. So hopefully this will help you with your irons. If you do want to continue your journey into better ball striking, check out these Swing Quest videos here.